Hey guys, what's going on? So, I want to talk about today. Wait a second. Oh, hey! Oh my God! All right, let's turn this over. Let's turn this over a new leaf. Hey, hey! How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? What's going on, guys? How's it hanging? How's it hanging, man? In Japan today. Let's go. What do you say? We're in Japan. It's time to... Obviously, you can tell I'm in Japan right now. It's real out here, and it can't even get any realer. So I wanted to make a video on nostalgia. So I was just thinking about it. I was thinking about nostalgia, and I want to make more funny videos, actually. I want to start making more funny videos. I've been watching a lot of, Al jokes. Funny guy. But I want to make a quick video on nostalgia. And, a lot of people are like, oh, nostalgia is bad, beat, bass, blah, blah. I do think so. I think it's not good to constantly ponder on the past. But I think nostalgia can be ways to remind us of those good feelings that when we were a kid that inspired us, maybe even making us feel closer to God, a sense of purity, a sense of honor, like watching certain movies and certain things that bring us to a sense of wholeness, I guess you could say. And, a lot of people, I looked up freaking different versions of nostalgia throughout different timelines and ancestry, all that type of shit. They have a whole bunch of different ways of saying it. I honestly forgot what exactly the words were. It's been a while. But, yeah, I remember watching that, and I'm like, dude, yeah, all right. See, go with your gut. Go with your gut, man. Don't be listening to the outside world so much about how you should be seeing these certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just people with opinions, having thoughts, and maybe you should have your own thoughts on the matter and your own conviction. You know what I'm saying? But I think if you're constantly trapped in the past, there's a nostalgia of okay, I'm listening to Final Fantasy music, and it reminds me of all these things. But I'm not caught up on I wish I was back there. I wish I was back there, because we're not. We're here. We're right now. So how can I make the most out of this? And I think nostalgia, for lack of better words, can remind you of those good things, and how do you bring that into now? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? How can we do that? That's all I really have to say on the matter with that. So I guess this is over. This YouTube video is over. There's nothing else to say on that. Like and subscribe if you can. I'm not ending the video. I'm gonna keep going, keep rolling with it. Keep rolling. On that note, though, I made not really on that note, but I made a pretty impulsive decision today. I guess I'm going to be going to New York City tomorrow. I just bought a freaking bus ticket. It's just going to be a day trip. I said, fuck it. I'll make a vlog. This will be my first little travel vlog in a long time. Because if you really scroll through my YouTube video, there was one when I went to Germany. Jesus Christ. This is fucking 10 years ago. This was 10 years ago. So it's been a long time coming. So I'm just gonna, I gotta wake up really early. I'm gonna get up at 5. My bus leaves at 6:30. I'll be there at 10:40, and then my bus back leaves at 9 o'clock. And I'll be coming back around, I'll be back around 1 in the morning, which is cool, because there was another bus at 10:40. And it's way too, I get back at 5 p.m. I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to be back at 5, not p.m., a.m. And it's so weird, the bus tickets are so much higher now. It's annoying as heck. But it's going to be a freaking 4-hour bus ride there and a 4.5 bus ride back. So it's not so bad. There's that. It leaves at 9. Yeah, it's 4 hours and something minutes. So that's not bad at all. I'm going to peruse, I'm going to freaking day drink in freaking New York City. I think I'm just going to go to Central Park. I'm going to just play some music, chill out, and hang out and, have a time. And I'll make a little video and see how that goes. But I guess back on the subject of nostalgia, I know for me, a lot of times, it can be very grounding. When I'm, I listen to, old video game music or some stuff. Sometimes it makes me cry. It makes me weep. Makes me angry. Makes me happy. Filled with joy. And when I'm like that, sometimes I feel like I get I'm kind of more open to my friends and to my family and the things that I care about in my life, and I feel like if you ever feel a little stuck, for me, sometimes it's just having a beer and like listening. It's like it's what you do while having the beer sometimes. Like we're just scrolling all the time, and I love to talk to myself. I think talking to yourself, if you have like ADHD mind and stuff like that, a lot of people they say what they want about it, but when I talk to myself, I feel like talking to myself helps it get out even more. Like I get it out more, it sticks better, because it's just coming from the heart and it's coming from the soul. Like I'll just be like da 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 da. And I think we got to be doing that sometimes. I think you got to find your place and like talk to yourself. Because I talk to myself a lot. And every time I do talk to myself, I always get like more energy. I feel like I'm more energetic. I feel like I'm more like in tune with myself without feeling like, oh, like in tune. But I'm like, yeah, all right. The light and the passion and the freaking umph coming out. If you can't really talk to yourself, that might be a problem. You might be having a problem if you can't talk to yourself. If you can't talk to yourself, you might be stuck a little bit, and you gotta kind of you gotta get it out. You gotta just talk jibber jabber, from the heart. Like if you were thinking inside your head, say it out loud. I always find it helps a lot. So especially with nostalgia or whatever, like when I'll be listening to certain video game music, like Final Fantasy or certain shit that like brings me back, even music that I never even heard when I was a kid. That's why I think the word nostalgia sometimes is bullshit, but because I could hear a sound or something that just maybe I guess it reminds me of stuff from the past, but there might be certain music or certain things that just bring me into this space where I'm like, oh my gosh, damn it, I do care about this. Oh man, it like evokes a certain emotion that makes you think about your life, But yeah, so for me tomorrow, like my whole thing is like I'm not really focused on like getting late or anything like that. I just really want to I think I need like a circuit break a little bit. I need to get out. I haven't done a solo travel with myself for like 2 years. And, I'd like to think I'm smarter and wiser about it than I was before, because I was smoking a lot of pot. I was just like, floating around. But, I'm just going to go there, get off the bus, freaking, I might get up and take a run, because I'm probably going to get up at 5. And then I'm going to freaking, when I get off the bus, I think I'm going to get some breakfast. I don't care about like walking around and looking at the sights. Like I really don't. I might later, but like right now in my mind, I don't really care to do that. Like I'm just gonna go to Central Park. I've never been to Central Park. I've been on the outside of Central Park, so I'm gonna be walking around Central Park, and I'm just gonna find a bench. I'm gonna dress really well, so I look like somebody that's not. I even got a new backpack too at this place called Reuse Center, which is dope. It's $3. It's right there. It's chilling, but it's like a professional-ass bag, dude. They got the cheapest shit. It's crazy. Here, I'll show it to you guys. It's fucking cheap. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my God. Boom. Boom. So I'm thinking of wearing, like, all black. I think it's going to rain tomorrow. I was like, watch it fucking rain tomorrow. And then I looked at the thing, and it was, like, supposed to rain for, like, 2 hours. Thunderstorm. I'm like, fuck it. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it, man. And then a part of me is like, fuck, I don't want to fucking go. Why'd I buy that fucking ticket? And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it, man. Let's make the most out of it. Let's freaking bring the energy. Let's make the most out of it. Why not just go? You already did it. You can't refund your ticket. You might as well freaking go. So we're going to see what happens. Hopefully, the bus is never ID, because I don't have my ID right now. But I should be fucking fine. I'm going to be dressing fucking nice. I'm going to be looking fucking good. Looking hot. Looking sexy. All right. And go, because it's like, man, I haven't been in the city forever. Like, I used to live in Los Angeles, so it's just like, oh, yeah, another city, cool. So, have a good time there. But, like, ground myself, too. I'm going to just listen to my music, have some beers, probably feel jovial after a certain point, talk to the locals, see what's going on, see what's happening, And, yeah, because, like, recently I went to New York City, was that last year? Yeah, last year in March with my 2 homies. That was an awesome fucking time, dude. We're up to like 4. We're freaking wasted. We're having such a freaking great time, dude. We were having an amazing time. We're laughing. We're joking. Oh my God. We're talking up to the ladies. I was making out with some chick. It was dope, man. It was really fucking fun. We're in some bar where these girls were, I guess this would be a better video for tomorrow. I feel like this is, this topic should just be on nostalgia, but I'm just gonna kind of go on with it. and I'll probably have, because like a lot of times when I make videos, I try to just speak from the soul, like just speak. I don't really have anything planned, unless something bumps in my head, and I'm like, oh, I want to talk about that, you know. But yeah, I was feeling really down, and then I was like, dude, I need to bring the freaking energy, because I haven't bring the freaking energy. This is why I really love Eric Bugenhagen so much, because he's always like, frick, and I like break through the freaking energy, break through the gap. You might feel that cloud over you, just break through it, you know, and you just got to freaking talk to yourself and, like, let it rock. Feel the light. Obviously, you all got the shadow in us, too. It's good to incorporate that. You got to incorporate the darkness. But, like, the light, bring it back. Well, I wouldn't even call it the light. It's just this freaking bam, bada boom, where the discernment comes in. I'm freaking up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rock. But, yeah, I had a great time. We went to this freaking bar. We went to this freaking bar, right? And they were playing porn on the TV. It was fucking hilarious. But yeah, I had a freaking great time. But then I went again, I think, around December with these friends of mine that were a couple. And I'm not going to lie to you, it was cool. It was a good time. We did go to the store, but it wasn't as a good time with the boys. If you guys are watching this, no offense to you guys. I think if you're rolling with a couple and you're just trying to have a boy, like a freaking fun freaking time, do not go with a couple unless you have more other people with you that are ready to rock and roll. But if you're just with a freaking couple, man, I swear to God, dude, they'd want to go to bed at like 10 o'clock. I'm like, dude, we're here for 2 days. Let's freaking have fun. They're always like, oh, I'm tired. I'm cold. And I'm like, what the fuck, guys? You know, because they're so used to like being like little hibernating with themselves. Like, oh my God, let's go to sleep right now. Oh, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Dude, no. We're here to have fun. You can do that when you're home. Going to sleep at 10. I was like, fuck this shit, dude. I got to go out. I got to go party. I got to go have a fun time. But it's always funner with the boys. It's always funner with the boys. If there's a girl along, cool. But there should not be a couple thing. She should be one of the boys. You know what I'm saying? She should be one of the boys. And you're not even trying to fuck this chick. You're just trying to have a good time, and you guys are all trying to have a good time. She should be one of the boys. Actually, bring a lesbian. Like, bring a cool lesbian, not one of those weird, woke feminist lesbians. Bring a cool lesbian. Bring a cool lesbian if you're going to bring a chick, all right? Bring one, like, bring a cool fucking lesbian, all right? But yeah, but me and my friends are planning on going to New York City probably by the end of August. And that'll be fun because it's just like, when I saw this with them all the time, the couple is like, you know, I'm in the freaking zone, and they're like, I'm cold. Like when you're so used to having somebody with you all the time, and you guys comfort each other all the time, you're not used to comforting yourself. So like the elements and everything like that are being shared with this other person. So when you're doing that and you're sharing this kind of like, this like love, this whatever you want to call it, I honestly, in a weird way, I feel like it weakens you. Unless you have like a good girl. You know what I'm saying? A good girl that's not always acquiring your freaking attention. You know what I'm saying? That's for me in my mind. You know, obviously she wants your attention and everything like that, but she's not like, where are you? We're going to come home. What's going on? You know what I mean? She just freaking trusts, hey, I'm going out with the boys. We're going to go hang out. And she's not like trying to call you back. And you're like, I miss my girlfriend. I miss her. And it's like, Jesus Christ, dude. And they were like getting into fights and shit like that. Again, if you guys are watching, love you guys. But that shit, it wasn't horrible, but it was ass. It was ass. I could go more into detail, but out of respect, I shall not go more into detail. But I was like, what the fuck? The one night we did go out, but then the second night I'm like, you guys, what the fuck is this? And then she's like all condescending. She's like, Evan, why don't you just relax and think about being strong and shit? I'm like, shut the fuck up. Don't pander me. I told her that. I was like, don't fucking pander me. And she's like, oh, and she laughed because she knew that's what she was doing. And I'm like, and then I'm the fucking weird one because I want to have fucking fun. I'm like, you guys fucking suck. You know what I mean? And they don't suck, but they did suck because it was like, you guys are like, oh, God, dude. If you're going to take a freaking trip, go with the boys. Go with the boys. I'm telling you, it's always funner because you're not being weighed down by like, oh, my girlfriend, oh, my God, we're going to get into a fight, oh, and it's like fucking ruins the whole time. And I mean, one of my friends, when I was meeting the boys, one of my friends, he was really mad about him not getting like with these chicks and stuff like that, but it was still funny as hell. He was drunk as fuck. This dude was drunk as fuck. And he was so mad. He was like, what is it about me, man? What is it about me? We're at like the train station at like 5 in the morning. He's like, what is it about me, bro? what is it about? What the fuck? I can just smash these bitches in the fucking face. And I'm like, brother, man, maybe we should just get a hooker, dude. And we could, he's like, and I'm like, we could just get a hooker and beat the shit out of her. He starts cracking up. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, we're not going to do that. But that's like the humor. We're just, and then we're like making jokes. We're just like, I'll beat the shit out of her. She's like, what can I help you with? Start fucking her up. You know, and like the boys will understand that. If you, they understand the humor. They get it's a freaking joke. We're not serious. When you're around somebody that's like, that's not funny. Oh, that's not cool. Oh my God, that is a horrible person to be around. How? What's the fucking word? What's the word, guys? It starts with an L. I know you can't speak to me, but I'm speaking to you. What is the freaking word? What is the freaking word? Lafurcus. They're freaking Lafurcus. Lafurcus. That's going to be the word. The freaking Lafurcus. It's going to come to me. Let me take a sip out of this. It will come to me. Is it pretentious? It's so pretentious. Pretentious, like you're like, oh, I can't even hear that. That hurts my feelings, even though it's a freaking joke. You know what I mean? Oh, it's like overly sensitive. You know, it's like that you just don't get the humor. You don't get the humor. Like, yeah, let's get our anger out that way. Let's just get a hooker. And she's like, oh my God. Maybe it's certain types of humor, I guess. So maybe I got a dark sense of humor. Maybe that's what it is. You know, not everybody's going to fit with your freaking humor. But those people I cannot freaking rock with. Okay? I can't rock with. Because we know it's a joke. And that's what I like is the absurdity. Because it's so absurd that it's funny. It's like, why are you even saying that? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes it freaking funny. Because it's like, it's a joke is meant to be a joke. It doesn't mean that you actually mean it and you're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Unless it was out of self-defense or something like that. And then we all had our game together. But you guys, still at the end of the day, it was freaking awesome. We go back to the hotel room. It's happened twice. We're like falling asleep at like 5, 6 in the morning. Waking up at 10. Getting like 4 hours of sleep. But we're so energized, we're not like, oh, did I get enough sleep tonight? You know, and the couple that are like, oh, we're going to go get some breakfast. I'm going to get some breakfast. And I'm like, no, I don't want to get some freaking breakfast. I'm going to stay inside and masturbate. No, but seriously, it's like with the when you got the boys, you got energy going. Motion is in the action. You're not being like all like, let's just relax and do nothing. I don't want. And then like with that staleness, idle hands are the devil's play toys. You know what I mean? So you got all this staleness. There's no movement if there's no movement. You know what I mean? So you have no movement. So I'm like with these people, and it's getting stale and it's getting boring. And now I'm getting all in my head, and I'm getting horny. And I can't express that horny or creative energy. It doesn't have to be sexually, but I'm not expressing it by like going out into the freaking world and moving around. You know, so it was freaking pain in the ass. But this freaking, I mean, me and my friends were like joking. I can't even explain the joke. Like the freaking, we're like the fucking China, because we're like in Chinatown, but up in Brooklyn, and was it Westchester? It was fucking forgot what the fuck it's called. But like we're like, what if the gay Chinese guy comes in, he sneaks in, he's like, don't mind me, and he's like, he's like fucking jerking off and shit like that. It's like, don't mind me, and we're just dying, bro. We get back to the hotel. My friend Brian, he's a little bit more like serious, you know what I mean? Like he's not serious, but he's just more like, dude, what, bro? Come on, man. Like he's still ready to rock and roll, but he's just a little bit more. And I come in, I'm like, yo, you guys got to watch this YouTube video. And it was funny because my other friend, he was trying to get some sleep. He's right next to the bed, and right next to the TV. The bed was right next to the TV that he was on, right? And I'm like, you guys got to watch this. So I put up like a YouTube video of girls farting, and she's like, oh, this is a big one. And he's like, dude, turn this shit off. I'll make a video of me pretending to masturbate, like Brian and me were like going like that. And then, like my other friend, he couldn't help but start laughing because it was just so absurd. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of those things where we're in the city. You know, we're in the city. We're here to have fun. We're here to have fun. We're here to have a good time. We're here to stay up as late as possible. Obviously, with this trip tomorrow, I'm not doing that. I got a bus ticket. I'm not trying to spend all the money. I calculated all my money. I'm going to buy a bunch of beer here, and then I'm going to go there. I'm going to day drink. I don't even have my ID, so I'm not even going to be able to freaking, I hope this doesn't discriminate me or whatever. I'm not even going to be able to go to a freaking bar. There's probably bars that I could go to, but I'm not trying to take the risk. I'm trying to have a good time. I'm going to be chilling. I'm going to be chilling. This is going to be my chill. I'm going to be chilling out in the sun or rain, potentially. And I'm going to be chilling. But then the next time, me and my other boys, we're going to go freaking out to New York City. Hopefully it could be like 4 of us this time. And we're going to rock the Cash Box, man. Have a good freaking time. Bring the energy, brother. Bring the freaking energy. There's a time and a place. There's a time and a place. So, if anything, I would say, if you're going to go to the city, you want to have a fun time, bring the boys. Don't bring a couple, man. And if you do bring a couple, make sure there's other boys. Or there's other people. There's other people to even it out. Because it was just me and them. And I was like, fuck, god damn it. She did take us to a really awesome Japanese restaurant, though. That was cool. That was really fucking cool. Besides that, I can't remember anything else that was fun. Well, we did go out. We actually went to this bar. And my other friend was getting all schizoed out, talking about it was like demon stuff. And I'm like, okay, dude, there might be, who cares? Like, whatever. We're just having a good time. Are you associating with any of that? You know, he's like, way too in his fucking head. So go with the boys. Go with the boys. And the boys level each other out. When you're with a girl sometimes, like, especially like my other friend, like he's like a big kid with his girl. His girl's like his mommy. You know what I mean? So it's like when you have that mommy energy, and then you want to be, oh no, you know what I'm saying? But if he was with the boys, he probably wouldn't even been acting like that at all. So it's like one of those things. But go with the boys. Always go with the boys. Or a cool lesbian chick. She could be a boy too. You know what I mean? Cool chick. Not a chick you're trying to fuck. I'm telling you, not a chick you're trying to fuck. Or if you do want to fuck her, that's cool. But don't make that the foremost of your day. You're just having a good time. And maybe you'll impress her by doing your thing. Go talk to other ladies. Go do other shit. You know, don't try to do that. You know what I mean? If it happens, it happens. Maybe it does. But I'm telling you, if you put more energy on that, you're going to be missing out on all the glory. Whereas like Bruce Lee, you see the finger, but then you don't see all the glory of God's creation around you. Because you're too focused on the finger. You know? You're too focused on the finger. And you're going to miss out on all of God's glory. So when you bring a girl, and you're a couple, and you're too focused on that, you're missing out on all the other fun shit that you could be doing. Because you're too focused on that. So my whole plan is tomorrow, go find a fucking park, like a bench in the park, chill out there. I've never been to Central Park. So I'm curious, and you know, just freaking day drink, chill out. Maybe I'll get freaking spruced up and start talking to locals. See what happens. Maybe I'll go fuck somebody. I don't know. We don't know. We're going to be there for, 10 hours? Yeah. That's a whole day. It's a day trip. And then I come back, I'm back at 1. You know, God willing, you know, freaking good. Come back and I'm good. But yeah, you know, it's like just freaking bring the energy. Because I was kind of like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. And then I'm like, what the fuck? Fuck this. I already bought the ticket. What, I'm just going to waste $130 and just be like, no, never mind. Like, no, fuck that, dude. Unless I had like fuck you money, but I guess I'm kind of glad I don't have fuck you money right now, right? Or I'd just fucking waste it. So I'll have a story to tell, God willing, and then we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'll be chilling and whatever. But yeah, go with the boys. Go with the boys. Go with the freaking boys. How am I looking? What's going on? How you doing, baby? But now I probably should wake up at 5 in the morning because I want to make sure I take a big, fat, juicy shit. I'll like probably wake up, smoke some tobacco, get my mind right. Maybe take a shower first, smoke some tobacco, and then maybe a shit will start to come on, and then I'll take that shit. And once I take that shit, then, I'll be legit, Because you don't want to be on a bus having to take a shit. That sucks. I'm telling you, it's not fun. It's not fun. But do I feel like I earn it? It's not about earning. It's just more like, dude, I need to shake something up. I haven't been on a solo trip by myself in a while. Sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes you need to break out of the program. Not that the program is bad, but your program, and maybe you got to shake shit up. You might unlock some stuff of you again because you're like, oh, you're in a different place. Like, things unlock. Like, when I would go to the cities or I was traveling, things about me unlocked. It was like, oh, shit. A different cadence about you unlocks. A different kind of discernment unlocks. Because you're more, I guess you could say you're like, not on guard, but you're kind of on guard, but you gotta kind of have to be on your due diligence a little bit. You gotta be kind of aware. It's like going out in the wild. Something inside of you wakes up. So I'm looking forward to it now. Earlier, I was not. After I bought the ticket, and then I was like, fuck. Damn, I just want to chill out tomorrow. And then I'm like, nah, fuck that. You gotta push through that emotion. You gotta just push through emotion. Not all your emotions are right. You can push through it and do something about it. If you're pushing through all the time, that could be tiresome. But even then, fuck it. You know what I mean? I haven't solo trip for 2 years, so. Here, make a thumbnail. There we go. That looks good. That looks sexy. Like one of those guys who's like, let me tell you. Like the handsome guys on YouTube, they're like, yeah, you ever notice these bettas? These bettas? Dude, I was talking to this freaking kid, dude. This kid, you know, he's a sweet kid. It's funny. He's not a kid. He's like 19. He's like going to college. But I'm working with him. And he's like, hey, if you had to pick, would you be like red pill, this, that, and the third? And I'm like, he's like talking about girls. He's like, well, the thing is, I mean, what I realize is that girls, they actually treat blah, 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 like ugly guys, not so good, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's not fucking true, dude. Like, that might be true with some women. But, like, guys do the same shit. I remember when I was younger, I was kind of fucked up. But, like, there was this girl we'd call, like, Chewbacca. You know, I feel bad about it now. Obviously, I was a young, dumber kid. But it's like, guys do the same shit. You know what I mean? And there's good girls that are able to see bigger. He's so caught up on the freaking, he's saying, like, mogging. Like, and I'm like, dude, you need to, like, go outside and, like, hang out with people. And then he literally was like, yeah, honestly, I'm like, I don't really go outside much. So I'm like, yeah, dude. Because I'm like saying stuff, and he's like, that's actually pretty red pill, but you're also saying blue pill shit. And I'm like, what? You know, I'm like, brother, man, like you can't confine life into these pills. Like, I think it's dumb as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not everything in the blue pill, I guess you could say, to me, right? I'll get some hate on this, is like bad. But like sometimes when you're so in the red pill, you're like so logically thinking about everything that you're not even like, you're not plugged in. You know what I mean? So it's like, it has to go beyond a pill or a category. You know, he was talking to me about like love and romance. He's like, no, it's not real, this, that, and third. I'm like, it's 100% real. But then I'm like, you don't want to get so caught up in the romance. And so, like, if you're with somebody, that romantic honeymoon phase might actually just fade away. So then it comes to actually caring about that person and then making moves, not just based off of a freaking feeling, which he was like, well, I guess that sounds like red pill, but then also blue pill. And I'm like, dude, you got to go outside. You need to experience life, brother. And he's like, yeah, I don't go outside much. He said all these things. I was like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Because those people are so sure of themselves, but they're not out there experiencing life. You know, I know a lot of people, too, that are, like, really sure of themselves with, like, certain women, all this type of stuff. But, like, at the same time, they're not experiencing all women. They're not experiencing all walks of life. They might be in a certain field. Like, I knew this one guy who would always be saying this stuff. I've seen him fumble. He's like, nah, man. See, the thing is about these women, you got to understand this, that, and the third. And I've seen him fumble right in front of my face. So that I was like, oh, so I guess he's not right all the time. But he is right in certain aspects with certain women. But not all women are like that. Not all women are going to fall for that. Sometimes you got to play the long game. You know what I mean? If you want to do that, I don't like playing the long game with women. Unless I really like them, you know. But I don't like playing the long game with that. Usually I'll just be very abrupt and straightforward about things. And sometimes it doesn't work out. You know, but if you're going online and you're getting all your opinions from these people like Clavicular, for example, dude, I feel so. Actually, even that kid was like saying like he felt bad for Clavicular because like Clavicular, to me, like here's the difference between, if you guys remember Ziz and Clavicular. Clavicular is all about like the ratios of my face and blah 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 blah, and this that and the third. But he has like no personality. He's like this kind of like so logical thinking guy, right? But Z's, on the other hand, he was all about his freaking looks. Yeah, brah, yeah, get fucking jacked stacked, brah. But he had spirit behind what he was saying. He had oomph behind what he was saying. He was jacked, sexy, and all that stuff, and he was having a good time. Rest in peace. But women were more attracted to him, and this was before, this was like social media. But he was still like a social presence online, but that wasn't what was getting him laid and getting him girls. And like Clavicular gets girls more. It's not that he can't attract women. It's not like clavicular can't attract women, but I wouldn't want to live my life not having any passion. You see Ziz, and he's like, do, like having a fucking fun time. He's like, yeah, bro, you want to be a fucking sad cunt or a sick cunt, bro? Because he's Australian. He said, you want to be a sick cunt or a sad cunt? You know, and it's like bringing the freaking oomph. And that dude, I swear, get way more women than clavicular ever does. And clavicular probably gets a lot of girls based off of his status. And there's other ways to live. If you want to live like a robot, by all means. I think clavicular works and lives like a robot. And he's way too in his head. And he's logically thinks he's right about everything. But I think that your balls aren't really there. The beast, the primalness of you is not there. Ziz had the primalness. You know, and then you had like freaking Jeff Side, right? Who was like the copycat of Ziz. And Jeff Side has a great physique, but when I see his personality, he just seems like a fucking cut copy of something that he's not, because it's not coming from spirit. It's not coming from oomph. It's coming from acting like this other person instead of like just freaking having it come out. You know what I mean? Having it freaking come out. And it's not to say we don't get what is it? We don't get what the fuck is the word? We don't get like faculties or traits from other people or pick those things up. But I think within those traits, there's a you in there that can express those type of traits in your own way, you know. And I was trying to explain that to him, and I was trying to explain like if you're gonna like try to go out and get girls, like there is like, you know, you have pickup artists, they have this whole kind of thing to them, but there is like, if you want to like feel something when you do it, and you actually want to like have like where it doesn't feel like you're just like you're so in your head, like it is practice, and it is just speaking from the hip sometimes. You know, it's not like letting everything come out of your mouth. Like, well, do you know about this? Do you know about that? Like you can kind of be like that, but there has to be the kind of a balance where, you know, you can actually give her time to speak. You're not trying to calculate all these things. You're like connecting. You know, you're connecting. You're actually like trying to have a good time. And for me, I've noticed when I actually do meet a girl like that, it's always more enjoyable. You know, instead of this like robotic sex with no soul. You know, it's always like a little bit more enjoyable. It's like a balance, you know, and I think over time when you practice that and you go out there and you do that, you get better, and it just becomes more automatic and authentic and easier. You know, and I'm not saying like I am the pickup guru, and like, dude, I don't pick up like a bunch of girls all the time. You know, I really don't. And if I do, there's no formulated plan. Like that's the thing. Like I have gotten women where like I have literally just talked to them from the hip, and I'm just speaking, and yeah, I'm like kind of, you know, I'm like interested, I want to fuck them, but it's like I'm not sacrificing so much of myself and my authenticity just so I can get laid. And it's usually those are the women that I want. You know what I mean? Because if they're interested in me, I guess you could say for who I am, or being able to give my sexual energy off, but then able to hold back and kind of chill. You know, I remember this one woman I met at the bar. She's an older lady, 52. And I remember I'm like talking to her, and I'm not exactly, we're just like having conversations. There'll be times I'm umped, and there's times where I'm like charming, saying stuff. And then there was times where I was like, damn, I would do nasty things to you. You know, I was like, damn, I would do nasty things to you. I'd be eating you out all day, slapping that ass, you know. And she's like, oh my God, okay, you know. And like, I remember I was saying this to one woman who owns one of the restaurants here. And then we're making out downstairs. And I could have fucked her, but I got a little needy afterwards. I got a little needy. You don't want to be too needy. That's the thing. You want it to come from an authentic place. And then you can kind of squeeze in like a little bit of like a flirty thing in there. You're able to have like this umph about you, but also you can flirt at the same time. You know, it's not all just aggression and domination. It's like a middle. It's not even the domination. It's just the ability to like speak up, say things, call shit out when it sounds dumb, and then also have moments where you actually can flirt, where you actually can be like, yeah, okay, I mean, that's a little dumb, but all right, yeah, well, you know, I just think you're fucking beautiful, you know, I don't know what to say, just looking at you like, damn, you know, it's like, from the heart, and they're like, oh, shit, you know, and then you can bring it back, you know, I've had times recently that I can see myself where I'm not in that space, and I'm just more kind of like two in my head, and I'm like more like, oh, fuck. And then I'm just mad, you know, and then it's like I can see when I'm not being that guy. So there's like this this fine tune that is really fucking hard to explain, but you just kind of have to go out there and practice. Like seriously, I mean, think about any of you guys that have like gotten with a girl that you don't really find attractive. You always find it easier to talk to them. It's always easier for you to say things that you feel or call their bullshit out because you're not really trying to like appease them because you don't really care. That's kind of how you have to be with almost any girl that you like. You know, I mean, it's not that you don't care. It's just that you're not worried about like offending them or saying the wrong thing. And it's not like you're purposely trying to go out of your way to offend them. You don't really care. You know, so you just kind of, you just have a fun conversation with her. And, you know, and then you can flirt here and there and you can say stuff and then she just automatically, but it's easy, right? So it's like kind of bringing that to maybe somebody that you find very attractive. You don't want to be too needy. You don't feel very needy towards like a girl you don't find attractive, you know? But anyways, I'm done ranting at this freaking point because I want to bring the freaking energy. I don't want to be too in my head because I'll be like talking about all this stuff and then I get in my head and I'm like, oh, wait, what if this is taken this way and it's taken this way and it's all over the place. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to make a vlog tomorrow because frick, I got to go. That's why I'm like, dude, I'm just going to drink some freaking brewskis and pass out. Because I'm going to wake up at 5. But whatever, I'm going to keep the excitement and just get the fuck up. I might go for a run in the morning, but I'm more concerned with taking a heaving poop. So we'll see what happens with that. Anyways, guys, peace out. I'm going to name this video Nostalgia is Not Always Bad. Nostalgia can be a good thing. And then it just dives off into not nostalgia. But anyways, I hope you guys have a good night and a good day wherever you're at. Peace, love, hate, sex, war. Yeah! All right, bye.